Unacademy. Let's crack it.
So institutional quality is crucial to the achievement of the social objectives of any public administration.
Yes, sir.
In view of this statement, what are the reforms you can think of as far as the civil services are concerned?
Sir, I think if the most important reform in civil services can be stability of tenure, which will reduce the impact of political patronage and transfers that happen and will allow the bureaucrats to function more effectively in one area. And the second reform can be more outsourcing to private entities so that the burden is reduced just to the core areas and the not so important areas are outsourced. So I think these two reforms will
Apparently,
help.
you mean that the peripheral functions
Yes,
can
sir.
be outsourced and value-added functions can be confined to the bureaucracy
Yes,
or
sir.
the permanent
Permanent
bureaucracy.
yes, sir.
I think that is what you mean.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If I say that India is a undergoverned and overregulated country, what is your comment on that? Undergoverned, overregulated.
Sir, I think the statement is true to certain extent, but not to the full extent. For example, that we were undergoverned when and overregulated when there were license permit Raj going on. But post the 1991 reforms, the regulations has come down and they're still coming down, and the governance has improved with the coming
Regulations
of
have come down. I mean, I think you mean that regulations have been rationalized now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry for my
No,
talk.
no, perfectly fine. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Why was Agra chosen for establishing Institute of Mental Health? Have you ever visited this?
No, sir. I've seen it from the outside.
Outside.
Sir, the area.
What do you know about it?
Sir, I don't know much
No
about
idea.
it.
You stay in Agra?
Yes, sir. I've been in Delhi for the past 8 years because I've completed my graduation in from Delhi as well.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Something tells me that you're wearing the sari after ages.
Yes, sir.
Am I right?
Yes, sir. I've worn this specially for mocks only.
All right. You are a CSE student.
Yes, sir.
What would be the shape of TV in coming years? How will this whole business of TV, you'll still see it, but you won't see it the way you see it today?
Sir, so the television has grown flatter in the past years, and it has come to even circular and curvature TVs. So I think in the future we can imagine TVs to become just like a screen for presentation, which we can pull out, which is absolutely flexible. And I think that was the vision we can.
Can you see
definitely
the screen disappearing entirely in times to come?
So with the technology processing, maybe even the screens may disappear, but as of now, I don't think certain tech that is making it possible.
All right. The Japanese Prime Minister is here in India.
Yes, sir.
Why is he here and what do you expect to come out of this visit?
So the Japanese Prime Minister is here to announce his new Indo-Pacific policy, which is based around free, open Indo-Pacific. The significance of his visit is that when he announces this policy from Indian soil, it brings India to the center and reinforces its centrality to the Indo-Pacific region. He is following the steps of the previous Prime Minister, Shinzo Abe, who announced the then Japanese policy and referred to the term Indo-Pacific for the very first time. And sir, its importance lies in the fact that Chinese activity in the South China Sea is increasing, and a free Indo-Pacific is important for a rule-based world order. So,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Now, how these developments in South China Sea have actually forced Japan to change its major policies since 1945? What is that change?
Sir, Japan has doubled its defense expenditure because of the Chinese activities in South China Sea. So that is the most significant change.
So, from kind of a pacifist philosophy, it has begun to rearm itself. That's a major change, is it?
Sir, it's more of deterrence and having the capability to defend itself in case of crisis.